Hey, so we're just going to carry on and we're going to do the leg. So pretty much the same as before. Let's hide our polygons. So we've got our hip, knee, ankle. So it's gonna be this one's gonna be pretty simple, to be honest. Not complicated at all. Hopefully, who knows? I try not to. So we're going to pretty much do the same things we did before. So and we kind of need the same thing to happen with this. We don't want that to rotate that way, so let's select our geometry and we'll leave this and we can add this. Let's go to our X-ray. Where's our hip joint? Torso. We want under our hip. So this can go to our hip and press P. So now we've got those that are going to follow and we'll do the rest afterwards. It's just going to be parenting stuff under. I just want to get the more interesting stuff, I guess. Also, I'm just going to go through and do the same thing. So we've got right hip. Press P. So cool. It's always good to double check we haven't got any transforms. So just press P. Then I need this to go into my knee. Press P. I also need this to go into my knee. This also needs to go into the knee. And this one goes into my ankle. P. So now if I select all my things, I can see that that's working. Got my knee joint. And my ankle joint. We might have to add a maybe a blend shape, but a positional one or a driven key, because that does intersect there if it goes up too high. But yeah, so let's do the same thing we did before. So I'm just going to hide my polygons. There we go. And I need to make an IK. So, like I say, this is pretty simple because most of our stuff's in the correct axis. So I'm just going to go to skeleton, create IK handle, and select the top sort of sphere bit. Then I want my ankle joint. And now that's created a, we should probably name that. We'll call this IK handle right hand. And we'll call this IK handle right foot. Cool. So now if we select our IK, we can see that it's gone off to the right. So it's kind of doing a funky little dance. And if you remember from when we did the arm, we want to make a pole vector. So I'm just going to go to my curves. And what I want to do first is actually make sure that this is in the correct space. I'm just going to constrain point. And just going to delete the point the constraint. I'm just going to pull this out and then like rotate it 90 degrees. And then I'm going to go to my poly modeling, freeze the transforms, add the get rid of the history, and we'll call this right knee pole vector. And you can call them different things. I'm just calling them literally exactly what they are. So same as before, I'm going to select our curve, then try and select my IK, constraint, and select pole vector. So that's now rotated our ankle that way. So let's, I'm sure you could fix that somehow. Just going to freeze the transforms on that. So now if I bend my knee, you can see now it's bending in the correct way. And if I select this, it's going to rotate around. So let's have a look at how our geometry is working. You can see things have... I'm pretty sure there's a thing that you can change that it doesn't do that. But for this, I'm just going to find it easier to go and select the geo, go to the face. Turn on my snap steps relative. Just rotate that 90 degrees. I'll just do the same for this one. Cool. And I don't know if that's a right thing to do or a wrong thing to do. It should be fine. I know that sounds bad, but I'm just freezing transforms and deleting the history of it. So now when we use our right foot IK, you can see that's now bending nicely, exactly how we want it. So as before, we kind of want the same thing to happen with this. We do want that motion, but we don't want it to follow out. We want to make sure that this is doing a very similar thing to our arm, here where we had the NURBS curve as well. So I'm just going to create another NURBS curve and select this joint and just go constraint point. Just going to bring this up just so I can see it in action when it's working. Then freeze the transforms, and we'll do this manually on the other side as well. Once you've done it a couple of times, it'll become really easy. It's just one of those things. We'll call this right leg IK fix. What did we call the other one actually? Can't remember. Something on those lines. Shoulder fix curve. And we'll just call this right hip fix curve. Cool. Just do freeze transforms, and then I'm going to create another. I'm going to create another locator. I'm going to select this curve, locator, and constraint point. Delete that, and we'll call this control hip, right fix hip lock. If you remember, we want to bring this down to where we want it to aim at, and you can snap it there if you want. I'm just going to freeze transforms to delete the history. Just make sure it's done on that as well. And I did put that under the hip joint probably a bit prematurely. So we need to let's shift P that out. And I want to put that under the hip fix. What's going on here? Why's that got a... That just got a transform on it. Let's see what happens if we put that back to 0. Did I accidentally move that? Cool. So it's always good to check that it's not put some funky stuff on. Oh, it's because I brought it out the brought out that group. Ooh, what's going on here? I think that's right. Maybe we didn't actually freeze the transforms on that. Maybe let's delete the history. Anyway, right, hit fix curve. So you can just middle mouse click and drag it under, and now that's under there. So I'm going to select the curve, then my hip joint, and press P. So now I've got my right hip fix curve, and that's under there. And now we need to put this under our locator as well. So select my right hip, check that's all frozen. Check my torso joint, yep, and press P, and that should, no, my hip joint, sorry. Cool. And that should always be below that, because then that means that that is now parented in the right way. So same as before, we want the actual geo part aiming at it. Aiming at the locator. So we need to select our locator, then select our geometry, constraint, and aim. What axis is this? X. Probably should have checked supply. So what we kind of want this to do is follow that way and not follow that way, which is cool. So that's locked on that. Oh no, is that right? Either way, we'll figure it out. Cool, so now we need to select our mesh and our curve with constraint, select orient, and we'll do all and apply. Make sure maintain offset is on. Let's see how this is going. We might have got the wrong axis for that first one, but we'll soon find out. Nope, it's correct. Cool, and you see how that's nicely working. Well, they can see it very well, but you see how that's staying in the... What's going on with... I think that's... Oh, we forgot to rotate this around as well. Why has that done that? Let's just realign that. It should be fairly simple. We just hold V and snap it to there. Not ideal. Not sure what's happened there, but maybe we forgot to do it before we did the other things, but we need to make sure we freeze transforms and delete the history. So now if we select our foot, hopefully that's all good. Nice. And that's all working really well. Cool, so we've done, what time are we on? 14 minutes. So I reckon we could just do the other leg as well. And let's just check if our pole vector is working nicely. And it is. Everything's working really well. And we've not done any of this yet because we'll do that on the controller as an orient constraint. So once we've done all the sort of more, I wouldn't say super technical parts, but the more technical parts, we'll go on to the controls. So we could probably squeeze in. Let's do this other leg. Let's see if we can do the other ones. Cool. I'm probably getting a little bit messy now. We could probably get rid of these now. These cluster handles, we don't really need them. Hopefully that's not broken, I don't think. Shouldn't have done. Cool. Let's bring back unhide our left leg, our left foot. And let's do the same again. So hide our polygons. Let's make a IK. Create. Sorry, no. Wrong bit. Skeleton. Create an IK handle. And select the top round bit and the ankle. Then we'll call this IK handle. Control C. Left foot. My naming's not the best, but it's it explains. We got the same problem here. So like before, we'll create our pole vector. I'm just gonna probably should have done that at the same time as that one. Gonna select my knee joint, then my curve, constrain point. Just rotate that 90 degrees. Let's turn that off actually, because we don't need that right now. Let's turn it off. Let's delete our point constraint. In fact, actually, I probably should have duplicated this. I don't want to duplicate. Maybe that should be fine if I duplicate that. I don't think that breaks anything. But let's make sure that this is in the correct place. Constrain point. Delete. Then we can just hold V and snap that out to... It's not going to let me. God damn it. Let's go off graphic top. Let's at least get these in the same-ish place. Cool. Freeze the transforms. Delete the history. So we want to make sure our curve's selected. Now our IK. Select the IK, not the bone. And we'll go constrain pole vector. And now that's created our knee joint. IK handle. Left foot. Yep. So now if we pull that up, that's bending in the correct way. So now our foot is not. So let's change this to -90. Freeze the transforms. Yeah, that's correct because it's flipped. -90. Yep, just double checking. I was confused because it's mirrored. And now if we left foot pole vector, we should now get something that's working. Now we just need to go up and do this sort of our hip fix. Let's go back to our polygons. I don't actually want to, because we won't see that, we'll hide that anyway. Probably should have done it all together, but that's actually, where are we in the hip joint? So we'll just copy that and call this left. And it's just a lot of prep work really, and making sure everything's working nicely together. So I'm just going to point. And we'll tidy up all this afterwards, and I'm just going to scale this out just so we can see it and visualize it. We're not using this as a control, so it doesn't mean anything apart from it's like a tool for us. So I'm going to freeze transforms and delete the history. Going to create a locator. select my curve, then my locator, constraint point, delete the constraint, and I'll call this same. Call this left hip fix lock. I'm just going to hold V and go down. Cool, and I'm just going to freeze the transforms and move that down. So it's just going to do the exact same things we did last time. So I'm going to select my sort of outer secondary hip, then my curve, and press P. So now that's under there. So now I need to go up to my hip. Also, sorry, left hip fix curve, hip joint, and press P. So now those are both under my hip joint. So that'll go with whatever's going here. And yeah, so now let's go left hip fix curve, and let's go to our left fix lock. Select our hip joint and press P. That should be below it. Cool. So what we want to do first is select our locator. Then select our geo. We can go constraint, aim, X, and apply. So hopefully if we do that, it should... Oh no, that's not in the X. What is... it should be. Yeah, let's do that again. So we want our... Oh, where's it gone? It's up here, isn't it? So we want our low, oh, it's got history on. Oops, let's delete that. So we want that to aim there. And we want to constrain. Oh, it's because it's wood up object. Should be correct. What's going on here? So what is the... Oh, we're not in the middle, so that's why. And that's annoying. So I guess we just need to make a cluster to find the center of this default cluster. So only one that one's, and we will probably didn't need to even do that. We just need to make sure that it's in the same place of the bone where the cluster should be anyway. Cool. Just wondering why. I was pretty sure it should be working, but let's delete the history, freeze transforms. Let's try that again. Left hit, pick the locator and the geo, and select apply. Why is that done that? That should be all right. There. So maybe you've got the... Don't know why that would need turning off, but the up vector is in edit reset settings. Up vector is, let's try out that again. doesn't seem to have done anything, but ooh, have we got a snapping? Step snap is off. Why are we doing that now? Okay, so it is following it in the wrong axis. So we want it to follow. We got the same. We want it to point in the y, aim vector y, up vector y, object up. Let's go scene up actually. No, object up. What did I use over before? I think I should use the torso hip joint. I'm making a mess of this now. Why is that doing that? Okay, well, I've definitely got something wrong here. Oh, it's because it's flip mirrored. So God, I'm struggling to figure this one out. Because it's mirrored, we need to do the opposite. And I'm not sure if my mirroring was correct at the start. I'm floundering now. Constraint axis and Z, let's try that. Ooh. Just gonna keep trying all axis until I get the right one. That's the Y, so we don't want that. It might be okay actually. Up vector. Oh, up vector is might be that actually. I don't use this that often, so there we go. Got it working. Cool. Sorry about that. I was a bit confused because I got it. It was why is this not under? Oh, we haven't put these under these groups yet, so let's do that first. I thought I did do that. No, we just went straight into doing the IK. Whoops. So parent that. Let's see what's going to happen here. Left hip joint, left knee joint. There you go. So let's check our IK handle right foot, IK handle foot left foot. Oh, we need to get this under our. Where's our left hip joint? And we want this under our. Want this under our knee? Yeah. Cool. That's all working fine. We're on 30 minutes. Cool, and it's actually not maybe I should have added the the geo after doing the IKs, because it doesn't seem to have, I've not had to flip them around, so maybe I've just learned something now. So maybe parent your geo afterwards, I don't know. So I'm going to select my, all we need to do is select this joint here and now here, and constrain, orient, and just all axis and maintain offset. So left foot, so hopefully now that's working nicely. It's working exactly how you want it to. Cool. This right knee pole vector, let's call this our left. We need to organize this a little bit more as well, but we'll do that a bit later once we've got it further onto our controls. And the right arm, should we just do the right arm? The right arm does take a little bit longer because we have to name all the stuff. No, we don't. It should already be named. So let's just get it done and do the other arm. No, let's do it in a different one. So I'll do it in the next one. We'll just do the rest afterwards. So yeah, so if you've enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and leave some comments and stuff. Hopefully it's been good. Good series so far, and hopefully I still need to go out and film some stuff, but yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.